Hey guys, how's it going out there? Today's video I am going to be showing off my Sonic collection. So of course they're all laying on my bed because I don't actually have a particular shelf for my Sonic collection. And so that's why I put it on my bed so that I can show you guys, because last year I showed off my Mario collection, but there's also a Mario shelf for all my Mario collection. So when I decided to do this video, I was kind of like digging out for my comic books to just kind of like display my Sonic comics and my Sonic DVDs. And then all of a sudden I started thinking about it, and I was like, hey, let me just gather up all my Sonic stuff and then just put them in a video and show you guys my collection of Sonic stuff. Because as kind of the same thing as Mario, how Mario was my all-time favorite game character, my favorite video game series, and how it got me started into loving Nintendo. Well, Sonic was actually the other video game character that actually got me started into playing video games and actually got me introduced to of course, the Sonic the Hedgehog series of games. And so I decided to take a break from like all kinds of other videos because it's raining outside right now, currently where I'm at right now. So I was like, hey, let me just take a little break from skits and doing Ryan Nintendo Freak series and everything. And I figured just lay them all out and then just do an unscripted video today and then just kind of show off my collection. So here we go. Let's dive in. I'll show you guys what I have. I'm going to show you the GameCube games. So we have Sonic Heroes, which by the way, nobody kind of really cares about Sonic Heroes, like some people don't, but this was the game that got me introduced to the Sonic universe and plus the Sonic characters, so I treasure this one the most. So do you have Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, and then we also do have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and then also Sonic Mega Collection. Next, we're going on to the Wii games. So I have Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knight, and then also Sonic and the Secret Rings. And then also we can't forget about the crossover ones. So we have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. Oh, and then also, of course, we have the DS version. And now, why the DS version? Well, I told my parents because it was Christmas time when I got this a year after it. And I said, what? You can take Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games on the go? How awesome is that? And then, of course, with like the lower quality and stuff like that, it wasn't really the best one than the Wii version. But it was still very awesome for me when you were, like for you, when you're at that day and age. Then of course we have the 3DS and also the DS game. So that is Sonic Generations and also Sonic Rush. Then we also have the Wii U games, and that is Sonic All-Star Racing Transform and also Sonic and the Lost Worlds. I honestly think that this might be an underrated Sonic game, but it's like one of the least of my favorite ones, but I got it because I'm a big Sonic fan. So next we have the Sega Genesis games. So we have Sonic the Hedgehog and also Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Next, the one thing that really brings me back into the days is it wasn't really the best way to play a Sonic the Hedgehog game, but also, what I mean by it was a throwback because it was actually a Ryan Nintendo Freak episode. Game. It's fun, but it's not the real Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, there's probably like all kinds of levels, but this one is like so short. There's no way. Hurt your ears, man! No! Why? Ryan Nintendo Freak Episode 3, it wasn't Nintendo related, but I was experimenting on the Ryan Nintendo Freak series before it came to being a fully Nintendo thing, so I was experimenting when I when I did like the first few episodes. So, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Tiger Electronic. I can't believe it, I still have it. And then we also have the Switch games, which also is Sonic Forces, and then the Sega Genesis collection. And we also can't forget about the games that are downloaded on the Switch. So I have Sonic Mania, and then also Sega Ages Sonic the Hedgehog game. Lastly but not least, it wasn't released on the console, but someone actually made this and I had to pick this up. And it was actually on an NES cartridge, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog. It was, if you really wanted to see what the original Sonic the Hedgehog game would have been like on the NES, and let me tell you something, guys, wasn't great. Sega did a great job waiting for the 16-bit era to do a Sonic the Hedgehog game for the first time. So, but I really want to make a video about this because it would be something interesting and fun to do. Now, just to be clear, before I actually show you guys these, I'm kind of splitting these off. These ones are from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog series. At least I think this one was from the Sonic the Hedgehog series too, but I'm not too sure, so I'll leave that one for last. But we have Sonic Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Tall Tales, and then we also have Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Robotnik Strikes Back. With these two DVDs, this really brings me back, and actually, it officially brings me back because I got these DVDs when Toys R Us was still around. I was fucking young when I got these, so really brings me back. And then I also do have Sonic Christmas Blast, and it was really cool because it was a Sonic Christmas special, and I love Christmas, I love Sonic, so I was like, combine the two together, awesome. So, and then from moving off from that, we also do have, I got this from my good friend Moises because I don't think he really wanted this or what, but he gave it to me because I love Sonic, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog, the complete series. It does say disc 3 and 4, but I also do have disc 1 and 2, so then I have like the whole thing, so yeah. And then also we do have the show that I grew up with, and that is Sonic X. This is not the series or whatever, but it was just kind of like, it has like a few DVDs or two, and I just said, hey, awesome. And then also, one of my other favorite ones that I loved when I was a little kid, and that is Sonic Underground. Now, let me just be clear on this. This was the very first Sonic DVD that I got. I originally thought that this was a game because I went to my local Goodwill store, and this was like around like the first time when my mom took me to the Goodwill store. So, because she liked to go and buy some like shirts and all that stuff, and then she said, oh, there's DVDs there and video games, and I told her, I said, video games and movies? I'm down. So, but the DVDs and the video games were together at this part. So then, when I got over there, I saw the spine and it said Sonic Underground. And of course, I wasn't used to Sonic DVDs. And like it was before that these DVDs came in my life. So then when I was looking at it, I picked it up and I was looking at it, and then I opened it, and of course it has like the disc and everything. And then once I turned it around, I saw that it says right down there, DVD player, and I found out that it was a DVD. So then I picked it up, and this was the very first Sonic DVD I owned, and this show is awesome. I would love to get the rest of the series for Sonic Underground. Next, we're moving on to the comic book series. And this one was a free comic book day exclusive. I wonder if it actually has the year on this. but I don't think it will have the year. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. I can't find it, but let me tell you guys something. I got this, I remember the year when I got this, and that was 2010. Yeah, it was 2010 when I picked this up. And here's how I know about that. So, I was in elementary school, and this was when I was so obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog. So, I had a Sonic backpack, I had a Sonic t-shirt, and I had Sonic video games and toys and all that. And one of my elementary school teachers, well, she wasn't actually officially my teacher, she was a substitute teacher. And so she was substituting for my one class. And it was like kind of close to the summertime. It was sometime around like in May or whatever. And then she got this in the mail because I guess this was when they were advertising their free comic book day sale. So she goes, "Hey, I know that you love Sonic," and then she tells me, she goes, "I don't have any interest in this, and I figured that you probably might like it." So it was a little flyer that said free comic book day, and they were advertising some of their free comic books, and this one popped up. And I was like, they have a Sonic book? Like, shit! So then, why do I think it was 2010? Well, also, I was getting ready and excited for Toy Story 3 when that was coming out. So, and then that was when I knew that this was coming out and I had to pick this up. So, but if I'm wrong, comment down below if I'm wrong, if you guys remember this comic book or whatever. And then it just like advertises like all the different types of Sonic comics. And I don't know, I treasure this one because it was the very first one I've owned. And then I also do have the Sonic, my biggest one, it has to be the Sonic the Hedgehog collection. So we do have Sonic the Hedgehog issue 200 and issue 201. Then issue 202 and 204. This was around the time when I was kind of serious in collecting comic books, but then like I had school and everything, so then I would always forget. Then we have 205, and then 206, then 208, and then 209, then 216, and then 232. This was... And then I have issues 236, and then 258. And then I also do have the Sonic the Hedgehog. I think they actually rebooted the series, and then I have like issue 2 and that one. Also do have the other Sonic the Hedgehog ones, but these ones were free comic book day exclusive ones. So, but I put these ones aside because like even knowing they do say Sonic the Hedgehog, but it does say free comic book day. The smallest one has to be the Sonic Universe series, and I actually kind of want to start getting back into this. So we have Sonic Universe issue 5, and then issue 6. Issue 6 was actually the first Sonic Universe comic that I owned, but it was like around the time when I was collecting the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and then I saw Sonic with a crown and it said Sonic Universe, and I said, awesome, Sonic's a king? Awesome. And then we also do have Sonic Universe issue 7 and issue 61, so it just kind of jumps from there. Then also my second smallest comic book series, and that is the Sonic X series. So I have Sonic X issue 1, issue 2, and then issue 3, and then issue 4, and then issue 40. And I believe this one was issue 40 was the last comic book in the Sonic X series. And then also, these ones take me back because another store that actually was nearby my house, and then that got shut down, and that is my local Borders. Do you guys remember that bookstore, Borders or whatever? So I would always go down to the kids section or whatever, because that was where they would always have the fun books and everything. So I went down there, looked at books, and then I didn't really see what I wanted. So I went down to this one side, and I think they had Garfield books. They had like Garfield books on this one side. And then I was kind of like looking through, and I found these little mini Sonic comic books. Now, these little mini Sonic comic books are actually from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. So I thought this was really cool. So I picked these ones up. And that is Sonic the Hedgehog The Beginning, which is volume 0. And they would actually have like a couple of the Sonic comics in here, and I thought this was very interesting. So we have volume 0, volume 2, volume 3, volume 5. Volume 5 was my favorite because there was a comic book where it had multiple Sonics, so I thought that was awesome. Sonic the Hedgehog volume 10. This one has like a little bit, you probably can't see it on camera, but if you guys can see it, comment down below. But this one has a lot of like faded spots on it because I read this so much, and because it had Metal Sonic in it. Then we have volume 11, which was kind of like the newest one at that time. Now it's off to lastly the figures, and then plus my Sonic Mania collection. So then of course we also do have the Sonic the Hedgehog Super Smash Bros. Amiibo. And of course he is also the character that I use in Smash Bros. And then I also have McDonald's toys, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog. And then I also have Knuckles on a cloud, and then Dr. Robotnik. Actually, this is the only Dr. Eggman / Robotnik toy that I have. I never liked collecting, here's another funny little story. I never liked collecting villains because I never liked the villains when I was growing up. But then when you get older, you actually end up realizing how awesome and how interesting the villains are. But also to get the set of Sonic and Knuckles, and I do have Tails somewhere, but I can't find him. But in order to get Sonic and Knuckles and Tails, I had to get Dr. Robotnik with them, so I said, okay, fine. But when I get older, I love Dr. Eggman / Robotnik. They're like awesome villains. They're the most awesome villains. And then from the Sonic Generation game, I also do have Classic Sonic. I love this, and I thought this is interesting, and that is the Pixel Pal Sonic, which I think that is really cool. And then Sonic Mania. So one of the things why I had to get this box was because of the Sonic statue that you get, which he's standing on a Sega Genesis, and it says Sonic Mania. I don't have the batteries in here, but when you switch it to on, it says Sega! And I thought that is awesome. So then we also do have a little card, which I don't understand why, but I mean, like, it's really cool because it says Sonic Mania, and it's got Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails on it. And I guess it's just like, it's kind of like a show-off thing, and then also it's metal. I think it's metal, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I don't know why I hit it, but yeah, but I think it's really cool. Plus, it's really sharp at the edges, so when someone comes in to steal your video games, you go, yeah! The other thing that I like is also this. This is not an actual Sega Genesis cartridge, but when you open here, you get a Sonic ring. But ding, am I right? But yeah, that's really cool to have displayed. But I keep it closed because I don't want to get it dusted. Also, do have the box itself, this big old massive box, which I thought was awesome. And it like shows you everything, and it just looks like your average like Sega Genesis like case or whatever. So I think that's really interesting. So you guys, that is it for my Sonic collection. Now I did have like a little bit more figures, but I can't find those. Like I had like a super blue, like Sonic was an actual full blue action figure, but I can't find that one. And I also had a Super Sonic and the action figure, and then I also did have a Sonic Hedgehog because from the Sonic Unleashed game when that came out. So I thought that was a really interesting one that I had, but I can't find that one. But anyways, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed my Sonic collection. It wasn't as massive or that big, but I am starting to recollect like a lot of Sonic stuff so I can make my collection bigger again. So anyways, you guys, I'll see you later, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.